Hi everyone, good evening, happy Monday. I was going to say Tuesday for a moment, but yes, it's still Monday. I hope that you guys had a wonderful day and are all situated after the time change over the weekend. It is nice that as I look out my window, the sun has not set yet. So it's feeling like spring, and I'm excited for the warmer weather. Though here in New York, today was a really nice day. It was it's like a moderate 50 degrees, so like a little bit chilly, but not horrible. And I know it's going to get colder tomorrow. But as I've maintained, I like winter, so I'm not mad if it's going to stick around for a little bit more. Today we are on day 14, so it's been a solid 2 weeks of inspiration, and I'm inspired. I know Anna's inspired. I've seen a couple of other people doing their work privately. Doing these doodles I've said I've felt daunted, and I know that I'm not the only one. Other people have expressed that they are still a little bit worried about making these designs. So I'm here to let you know there's no need to create a masterpiece or even to think that you have to create a masterpiece. And when you practice, you progress, right? Practice makes progress, not practice makes perfect. So I'm getting better, and I know that other people are too. So it's not too late. We're 2 weeks in, but you can still download the free printable planner. Hi, Planner Babe Peta. How are you? I hope you're having a great Monday. So if you haven't yet, you can still download that free printable planner, and it has the doodles. You can still trace them, color them in, whatever you want to do. Use the space for doodling, use it for redrawing the doodle or your own interpretation of the doodle, etc. So I'm going to trace her. I'm loving the yoga poses, and I was talking about spring earlier. It's still light outside, so I'm feeling it. Spring is coming, and so I'm going to use these spring greens for her silhouette. So I'm going to focus on her outline right now. Here's her head. Anna did such an amazing job this morning with her doodle. She turned her into like a mermaid, or it was giving like very mermaid vibes with her coloring. It was just like a lot of pink and this aqua color, and she even brought out these special watercolor paints that she was holding on to. So, when you bring out a tool that you're holding on to for a special occasion and you use it, that's the true sign that you're inspired, when you bring out those special supplies. So I'm following this curve here. And for myself, I can't wait to draw this over again and do my 2-page spread, because I was thinking this is another great opportunity to do a die cut. I've been liking my die cuts, making them on watercolor paper, and then putting it on a really great background. Okay, so I'm gonna outline her face here. I think in my mind, she's wearing a hoodie. She's in her yoga class. She's got like one of those really fashionable um, yoga outfits on, like something definitely from Lululemon, right? She's wearing some high-end yoga pants and yoga outfit, and like something with a hood where the hood is not really practical, but it's just stylish. That's what I'm going with, and I think I'm going to go with that in my two-page spread as well. So I've outlined her with this green. It's like a very mossy green. I'm going to do like just a second outline with a brighter green, kind of like a Kelly green, and I'm hoping that when I add my water, these will meld together to make like a very beautiful ombre effect. So that's what I'm hoping for. There's always a little bit of a surprise when it comes to the watercolor. So I'm not adding too much of the second color green, and I'm crossing my fingers. I think it will work. For the this part, the prompt was inspiration exists all around me. I'm going to do, I was going to do a yellow sun. It looks like she's like just right there in the sun. But I think that I'm going to do orange instead. So it's kind of like a globe. If she was a mermaid, this would be a great opportunity to do her like sitting inside a clamshell. Maybe I'll do that for my two-page spread. I don't know. I don't know yet. So there, this looks like her aura, or just maybe like her energy is coming out. So there's the orange. I will do some, a little bit of yellow. So this is like a very bright yellow, just in the center, like around her, and see if those two colors meld once I add some water. All right, I'll leave that out. And let's do some blending. I'm going to start with the smallest brush, just to blend her face a little bit. And then I'll take a larger brush to do the rest. So we've got like her body is here. So those two greens are blending. So you can see the outline, and then I'm going to go in again with the same brush to blend out this aura right here with that orange and yellow, and that's working out pretty well. I'm still leaving the orange. I'm going to see if I can pull the orange a little bit outside of that line. There we have, we're getting like a very glowy effect. All right, so let's do our affirmation and then move on to the two-page spread. So our affirmation again is inspiration exists all around me. So I'm going to look for a pen. I'm going to do this green, just to keep with the theme. So here we have inspiration. Exists all around me. And then we have the journaling prompt. What what natural phenomena are you most inspired by? I'm just seeing Anna's comment. Hubby got me some Sweaty Betty featuring Haley Berry. What is that, Anna? Is that an ice cream by Ben and Jerry's? Sweaty Betty? I feel like that would be an ice cream flavor. Let me know what that is. I'm intrigued. Let me know if I need some. Okay, so what natural phenomena are you inspired by? I'm inspired by water. And, well, I think nature, actually. Well, the question says natural phenomena. Duh. All of it? And you can see, like in my 2-page spreads, I did a couple of nature themes already. Oh, yoga clothes. Okay. I didn't know Halle Berry did yoga clothes. Do I need some? Okay, so I'm going to say water. I'm probably most inspired by water. So, like the beach. Like rivers. I'm also inspired by forests. And with forests, it's got to be like the darker the better. And then, of course, you can take this prompt as far as you want in a larger spread. So we will move on to the 2-page spread. But what I want to do is create another die cut with watercolor paper, which is something that I've been loving doing. So I'm going to do the outline of her. And then I've gotten this origami paper, and these are double-sided, and I thought it would be fun to have the circle be one of these papers. I used this one a couple of days ago, and this one came out really nice, where I did the die cut was made out of the origami paper. So here I did it on the origami paper and then colored her in with watercolor, and I have the alternate side as an accent here. So I'm not going to use that one again so soon, but I'm thinking this one, like with the words, that would make a great circle for her. So I'm going to put that aside. Yeah, so it's just like very empowering, inspiring words. We keep that here. And then I will do her on watercolor paper and color her in and cut her out. So here we have, I'm going to start the way that I had done from her head, so she has like this hood. I'm going to keep this here because I don't want her to exceed like the boundaries of the paper, so maybe like this is a good height for the whole figure. So here's her head, and it's coming down, and like there's her shoulder. Here's her other shoulder, and her other shoulder is like very round because her arm is coming behind her. I'm going to draw her hood here, and there I'm going to do like her nose. And so here's like chest. So here's her other arm, and it's crossing over to this side. I'm just gonna do like a suggestion of a hand because I'm not that great with fingers. And then like here's her waist, and her hip is coming out into her thigh, and her legs are crossed on the bottom. So here we have her other leg. This kind of goes into her calf. And then here's her other calf. So her other foot is just kind of hidden, so I'm going to leave it hidden. And there's the fold of her knee. Just going to fix this edge a little bit more. And then close that elbow is here. Okay, I'm going to keep it like that, the rough outline, and then I'll add more detail. I just want to round this shoulder a little bit more. Maybe her back is a little bit too big on this side. Right. So I'm going to cut her out first, and then do I want to watercolor her in first? I will watercolor her in first, and then cut her out. But let's do a little bit of prep on the background of the 2-page spread. So I think that I want to keep this spread a little bit simple because I definitely want to keep this as the background and figure out where she's going to be. Probably on the left so that she can be looking towards where my writing is. And I'm going to grab my scissors. I'm going to cut out that origami paper so that I can glue it to the background. Let's see. Actually, I think I will cut her first and then color her in before I glue her. Okay, so she's set, and let's get the circle. So the circle is not going all the way down, it's kind of like starts at her hips. there we go, there's our circle. I'm gonna get it a little bit more narrow on this side because I want it to fit on one side of the spread. For me, I'm okay with the fact that it's not perfectly round. So there's the circle. Here she is. That looks great. I'm going to glue down the circle, and then I'll paint her in, and then I'll glue her down once she's dry. So this is just a regular glue stick from Staples. I usually buy them in bulk, and they tend to go on sale like during back to school shopping, like in July, August. They also go on sale like in May, and I think it's because summer camps are stocking up for summer programs. This up a little bit. So she's sitting, the circle is just a little bit above her. Okay, there we go. And then I just like use this, the top of the glue stick to burnish it down and get it as tightly affixed to that page as possible. All right, so that is that. Now let's color her in. I have with me some watercolor brush pens. Yeah, they actually say watercolor brush pens. So these are supposed to work the same way as watercolor paints do on watercolor paper, and so I'm excited about the breadth of colors that they have available here. I'm going to do, this will be, let's see, I think this will be like a lot of greens because we have that yellow background. And I'm gonna have it be like these are like earthy greens, this one for sure the most. And I'm gonna follow the method that I had done for the doodle in the planner. So what I have here is, this is a piece of like sticker paper from one of those Happy Planner books. I do keep these around for, whoa, it's not really picking up that much color here. So I keep these around for like when I do watercolors with gelatos or any projects where I kind of need that waxy surface. So I've put down some of this mossy green. I'm going to test it and see how it works. And I'm going to, oh, that's beautiful. Look at how much pigment is coming down. So I'm doing her hood. It's kind of going down into this fabulous outfit. Wow, I was worried that that with this paper it wasn't picking up a lot of color from the marker, but I was wrong. I should have trusted it. And the paper is soaking up so much of that watercolor. Like it feels almost dry, even though I'm putting down a lot of pigment there. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit more down. Wet my brush a little bit more. I'm amazed. This is such a beautiful color. And I'm already seeing like how it's gonna look when it's done. Like once I start adding the ink to it, I think it's gonna look gorgeous. I left her hand white because I think I'm going to do it with one of those flesh toned markers. But in my mind, she's wearing this fabulous hooded leotard. I'm just going to kind of get a little bit more pigment in here so that it doesn't look so streaky. A little bit right here by her knee. And let's do her face. So with these markers, there is like this tan color, and there's a peach. I'm going to see if that will work for her face. If not, then I may have to go with that Tombow set that I have. Alright, so I just put a little bit of the tan down. I'm going to pull in this really small brush. I'm going to do her hand first. And I think that's a little too dark. Just going to pick it up with my finger. Okay, so that one didn't work. Bear with me while I pull out my my Tombows. Alright, so these are the Tombows. These are the dual brush pens, and they're in that, it's called the portrait set. So these are all supposed to be like flesh tones. So I'm going to pull out, I think this one, and maybe this one. I'm going to lay this down, and let's get I'm going to get a fine tipped brush. Do her hand again. So that is a little bit more natural. And I'm going to do her face. Part of me feels like this would have been easier if I didn't cut her out first, but I'm still okay with it. Okay, so I like this color. I'm going to go around the perimeter of the face with a little bit of a darker tone. Just to give a little bit more contour. And that is it. I'm going to let her dry. But before I do, I love how how we have like some light and dark there. It already looks like there's like a natural dimension happening with that watercolor. So these watercolor pens worked. I could definitely see myself using these again. I'm going to leave them out in case I decide to do a little bit more watercolor on the 2-page spread, but let's look at the 2-page spread now. So I'm just moving some things out of the way, and I'm going to put her right here. She is actually almost dry, so that's wonderful. I'm going to be able to glue her down right away. So on the spread, let's do I've got this green washi tape here. I wanted to do like a fairly simple border, and I was thinking either washi tape or some marker to draw in some repeated motifs. So I've got this. This is like that same mossy green color. And I've got this washi tape. This is new. It's like a very dark green with a gold motif. So let's do that, and I will. That's a motif that I can definitely copy. So I just love opening up new washi. Okay, so that's very beautiful. This washi is from a company called The Right Aesthetic. I had done an unboxing, I think it was last week, because I ordered a bunch of washi tape and supplies from them. So there's the design, very pretty. And I think these would all complement each other really well. So let's kind of pull this on the bottom, and that would kind of connect with her form. Grab a card. I'm going to do this here. See, I think that's not completely straight. Okay. And then this one right in the middle. Okay. Now where did my girl go? Here she is. Let's glue her down. Okay, perfect. So she's right there. There's that little washi here. I'm going to glue her down so that I can kind of envision the rest of the page. And gluing her down would be simple once I found my glue. Okay, here we go. So with the watercolor paper, since it's a little bit porous, I would use a lot of glue because I don't want her coming up. I want the glue to get like in all of those crevices, like you just really sink into the paper. So here we go, and then I'm going to put the top on and just use that to like just really, really burnish her down onto the paper. Gonna move the camera closer. I'm so in awe by like how this natural shadowing has occurred with that color. I only used this color, and the way that it dried, like it really added the contours without me doing anything. So and I don't know if you know, I know you definitely get that effect a lot, but it looks like you really work hard on it, and if I could get this effect without trying so hard, I would officially be a watercolor convert. I know I say I love my gelatos, but like this effect is everything. And I think that this was like the quickest, the quickest, I don't know, like painting that I've done. So I'm going to repeat that at the top here with just the that grid washi tape. And this Montserrat here. Is it a Montserrat? This leaf. And then this gorgeous motif. And then I think I'll do it like all around. So I'll do it like going down this way. And then let's do it right here, but going up. Oh yes, Garbage Pail Kids. So these are the Garbage Pail Kid cards. In my travels, I passed by a bookstore and they had a Garbage Pail new series, like a new book series. Of course, I had to get it. So we got the first book, and the series is written by R.L. Stine. So look for that. If I find it online, I will link it to you. But I was so excited. I used to secretly collect Garbage Pail Kids cards, and I say secretly because my mom thought they were trashy and did not approve. But I love them. Love them. I like they're just so cute. This is Windy Winston and this is Brainy Janie. And then on the so this is actually a sticker, but I'm not going to peel it off because I think that it works great as a card. Okay, so here you could see Garbage Pail Kids by R.L. Stine. So R.L. Stine wrote this series. They're like chapter books for, I'd say, middle grade. And I did not read the book, but I did buy the book, and I gave it to Nathaniel to read. So he's in the middle of it. Actually, Anna, Sweaty Betty sounds like that would be a Garbage Pail Kid now that I think about it. Isn't that funny? No one's parents appreciated. Yes. Yes. They just... maybe because there was no accompanying book. I don't know. I appreciate them. And yeah, I look forward to collecting the series. Okay, so I have this stamp on my desk for another project, but I think that this spread would be great for a stamp, like just some simple leaves around it. So I'm going to grab some ink and let's do a couple of simple stamps. So I want to do like a green. So I have, I've got some mementos here. So there's a green, there is a different green. Oh, and I have another green. Let's do a couple. And this will be my pack. Oh, I've got a fourth one. That's kind of like a khaki color. So I'll start with the lighter greens. We'll just stamp a couple, then I'll just go into the darker ones, and then the darkest. So there's the first one. This is a nice color. It's like it's called, what was it? It was Memento, and it's called New Sprout. So let me just ink up that leaf. So that's very light. I could see even going over that leaf with a pen. So there it's a little bit darker. I'm not impressed. Let's do the next one. So this one is called Pear Tart. So let me ink this up a little bit. Sorry for all that clicking, guys. Okay, so I've done it at the bottom. That's gorgeous. Let's fill this up with those. I'm just gonna go like in another direction. Nice. I'm gonna do another one, kind of like overlaying the previous one. Beautiful. And let's do another direction here. Let's do some at the top in one way. And if it's not like perfectly pressed, I'm not mad about it. And then I'm going to kind of overlay this one. All right, now this one, beautiful. It's called Pear Tart. Now let's do this one. This is the khaki color. And I'm going to kind of go this way. I think I'll overlay it a little bit. That is also beautiful. Beautiful. It's like kind of like a mossy look to it. I'm going to overlay this leaf. Nice. Let's do this one here. Do this one. Do I have any room for another one? Let's do this one. Whoops. Okay. That one I smudged a little bit, but it's okay. I'm going to move on. So the last one is, this one is called Cottage Ivy. This will be dark. So with the Cottage Ivy, I'm going to kind of put it in between, like in those white spaces. That's nice. This one, I feel like it matches the washi tape really, really well. This is a very nice stamp and color. This will have to, it'll have to make another appearance, I think. Oh, do I have any space? Let's do another overlay right here. So we kind of have like a trifecta right there. I'm just going to get a little bit here. It's okay with the residual ink. Very unexpected, not something I would normally do, but I like the effect. I like how this came out. Lastly, do I have a quote that would match this spread? Let's see. The affirmation was, inspiration exists all around me. What kind of ink is this? This is called Memento. It's by Doodle. You see that? So, and I'll give you the colors again. So these were dewdrops. The first one was New Sprout. That was the lightest. I didn't like that one. The ones I liked were the Pear Tart and the Cottage Ivy. And the other ink I had is called, it's by My Favorite Things. And this was called Factory Green. I don't think it's factory green at all. It's kind of like a mossy khaki color. Okay, I found a quote. I'll have to fussy cut it a little bit if you guys bear with me. It's called, well, it says, if you can dream it, you can do it. And I think that goes really well with the inspiration theme. And this this quote, it's a printable part of a kit from Cella Creates. Alright, so there we go, nicely fussy cut. And I think that this would go really well. Whoops, oh, I lost one of my washi tapes here. Okay, so I'm going to put it in this corner right there. But I think I'll ink this up a little bit just to get it a little distressed around the edges. And I'm going to use this one. So distressing the edges adds a nice little layer of dimension. And it's very helpful to, like, especially if you're working with die cuts or anything with a white edge, it helps that element to, well, both to blend into the background a little bit more as well as provide a little bit of contrast. So in the case where this die cut is very white around the edges, adding that distress, and especially since the paper is not white, it's more like a creamy color, it will lessen the contrast between the white and the cream and help it blend into the layout a little bit more. Okay, so it was this color, that factory green. So you can see that doesn't look so like perfectly white anymore around the edges. And then I'll lay it down. So you can see now that it's blending a little bit more with the background, so with the washi tape and with the leaves that are stamped. So let's put this down. Lay it right here so that there's a little bit, you can still see like the Montserrat leaf pattern, you can see the leaves here. Okay, there we go. So there is the spread, lifted so that you can see the whole thing. And there we are. I love how she came out. I love the backgrounds. I loved stamping. I didn't think that I liked stamping, but now I do. This is certainly becoming a magical March and doing things that I never thought I would do. So thanks guys for spending some time with me this evening. I hope that you are enjoying the 31 days of doodling as much as I am, as much as I know Anna is, and Mr. Panda. Like, it's been so much fun. Have a wonderful night, guys, and I will see you here tomorrow. Bye.